bring you up to speed with this ongoing conference now. The chief executive officers from Southern Africa and Europe, they gathered in Johannesburg for the 10th Southern Africa-Europe CEO Dialogue. Top of the agenda is the role they play as business leaders in driving economic growth and mutually beneficial relationships. And that's where we find a business reporter, Ntokozo Khumalo, who is there for us. Ntokozo, good morning to you. So tell us what these conversations have been thus far. What exactly is being discussed?
Good morning. Well, we are just out now for the first break, but some of the conversations that were taking place this morning is, of course, the issue of geopolitics and what that means to business and economic growth outlook. And we have, stakeholders from both governments as policymakers, CEOs from both Europe and Southern Africa, as well as ministers in key sectors such as ICT. And I am now joined by Namibia's minister, and that's Minister Peya Mushelenga. Thank you so much for talking to us. Geopolitical issues in the context of economic growth and business outlook. Namibia, what does the picture there look like? What's the effects of geopolitics when it comes to being able to do business?
Well, as you know, there are many areas in the region that are developing in various economic sectors, talking of the energy sector, finance sector, and ICT in particular, of which I am heading.
And now we know some of the issues that are raised across the continent, really, that hinder the ability for businesses to go about their business. Infrastructure challenges being one of those. Is the similar picture being seen in Namibia? And how do such dialogues assist to work through those issues?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, there are issues of infrastructure development in Namibia. For example, most of our northern regions, they don't have enough coverage. They use the 4G, and there exist opportunities for infrastructure development, particularly if you look in the regions of Zambezi, Kavango West, and Kunene. There is a need to invest in infrastructure development, even in some central regions like Omaheke and Southern Juba. There's also such a need. And further, last year Cabinet adopted the 5G strategy, and now this year the regulator, the Communication Regulatory Authority of Namibia, has issued some licenses for 5G. And again, this is another opportunity in which companies can come and invest in infrastructure development for the 5Gs. You would recall that I was also talking about some new projects that Namibia would embark upon, like the green hydrogen. We have the discoveries of oil, we have gas. So all these major projects will require some adequate network, and you cannot rule out ICT sector, particularly in the area of infrastructure development, from these new emerging economic projects that are coming up in the country.
So huge opportunities there, but here at this CEO Dialogue, it's obviously European leaders speaking with African leaders. What's the importance of African leaders really strengthening that cooperation internally first before turning to Europe to tap into some of those opportunities that you're saying exist in the Namibian economy?
Well, I have attended this dialogue in the past. And the opportunities that this dialogue provides to African business entrepreneurs. Countries come here, they showcase, although it is called, say, dialogue for the Italy-South Africa summit. Normally we have participants from the neighboring countries in South Africa. Like I came from Namibia, in the past we have had also other participants from the neighboring countries. when they come here and showcase that what they are able to offer, provide opportunities to business entrepreneurs that are coming here from other African countries to see how best they can enter into these African countries and penetrate the market there. Although, of course, there are also investors from Europe, it provides opportunities to African investors too.
Thank you so much, Minister, for talking to us. Of course, that is Namibia's Minister for the ICT sector. That's Minister Peya Mushelenga, just talking us through some of the opportunities that are available in Namibia, but also the importance of African business and government leaders really cooperating together first and forming that united front before building those relationships with their European counterparts to ensure that the continent is the one that really benefits from all those economic opportunities that exist in markets such as Namibia. As he said there, the country found some hydrogen, so huge opportunities there, opportunities in oil and gas, but also the development of the ICT sector that is essential really to growing businesses. So there's still more engagement to take place through the day. We are going to hear from political leaders on just the state of South Africa's democracy in the last 30 years and what the next 30 years look like and whether they are enabling for an enabling business environment as well as enabling of economic growth. So I'll come back with some more of those details a little bit later on today, but it's back to you in studio.
Ntokozo Khumalo, thank you very much for that update. She is at the Southern Africa Europe CEO Dialogue.